In this video, I'm going to show you that you don't need to be a slave to your worries and your negative thinking. You can learn to take control and not let worry run your life. If you're a worrier, then it's very likely that you're engaging in a type of worry called rumination. Rumination is a form of worry that involves replaying over and over again in your head some negative experience that you've had in either recent times or at some time in the past. Maybe you didn't get a promotion at work that was due to you. Maybe you had a row with a friend and you spent hours mulling it over and brooding on the different aspects of what happened. Or it could be that something happened years ago and you haven't let it go. You keep coming back to it. You rerun the tape of it over and over in your mind, as though it happened only yesterday. Research shows that if you make a habit of ruminating, then you're putting yourself at serious risk for anxiety, depression and stress, as well as for addictions like alcoholism, and also for cardiovascular disease. That's the bad news. The good news is that research also shows that one of the quickest and most effective ways to deal with rumination is to distract yourself when you find that you're heading into a bout of rumination. Even though you may feel an intense pull to delve into your negative thoughts, an almost irresistible pull, you need to resist the urge. This is Ellen. Ellen had made a lifelong habit of ruminating on all kinds of things. She'd spend hours thinking about painful stuff from her past. Then, when her son was unfairly dismissed from his job, Ellen would find herself going over and over the details of what happened to him and dwelling on the injustice of it all. A negative review at work could put Ellen into a tailspin for weeks. What helped Ellen? When she'd find herself ruminating about something or other, Ellen would ask herself, is what I'm thinking about right now, is this helping me or is it hindering me? And if I keep thinking like this, will I feel better or will I feel worse? Knowing that thinking in a negative way always made her feel worse helped Ellen to break her worry habit. Getting her negative thoughts out of her head and onto the page also helped Ellen in a big way. She'd sit at her laptop and type until every single negative thought was on the screen in front of her. Then she'd say to herself, that's it, I'm leaving all of these thoughts here. I can take them up again tomorrow if I want to, but for now I'm leaving them on the page. Sometimes she found that the thoughts would try to start up again. At these times she'd remind herself, no, I've put them aside, they're on the page, and the page is holding them for me. Then she'd just get up and go about her business, doing what she needed to do. In this way, Ellen was training herself to let go of her rumination habit. At other times, Ellen used distraction to break her habit. As soon as the negative thoughts started up, she'd turn her attention to doing something entirely different. She'd phone a friend, watch a movie, or play a video game. After just a couple of minutes concentrating on something else, her urge to ruminate would be gone. I let that go became a constant refrain in her head when the pull to ruminate would grab her. Sometimes she'd put her hand above her head as though she was collecting her negative thoughts, and she'd throw them across the room. Then she'd turn her attention to doing something completely different. Using these techniques, Ellen got her worry habit under control. She was no longer a slave to her own negative thinking. She'd created a new pathway for her mind to follow. Yes, it took effort, and it took time and perseverance, but the rewards were great. She was far less stressed and anxious, and other people had noticed that her mood was far better. To this day, Ellen continues to keep her tendency to ruminate under control by following the techniques described here. She doesn't allow negativity to run her life the way it used to. She's in the driving seat now. She's calling the shots, and that's the way she intends to keep it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it helps. I look forward to talking to you again soon.